One of the largest misconceptions about UAN is that it's not subject to nitrogen loss, when in fact UAN, or urea ammonium nitrate, can be at risk from nitrogen loss via volatilization, leaching, and denitrification. To understand the UAN nitrogen loss risk profile, you need to understand how each nitrogen loss mechanism impacts UAN. Let's walk through each form of nitrogen loss, starting with volatilization and the associated misconceptions. Volatilization is the loss of nitrogen to the atmosphere as ammonia gas. 75% of UAN's total nitrogen is at risk of loss via volatilization. While there is no volatilization risk for the nitrate portion, the urea portion, which makes up 50% of the nitrogen composition in UAN, can be at risk along with the 25% ammonium portion. Ammonia volatilization occurs as ammonium is converted to ammonia gas on or near the soil surface. Urea is a carbon-containing compound that must be hydrolyzed in the soil by the urease enzyme in order to free the ammonium and make it plant available. When that process happens, it consumes hydrogen ions from the surrounding environment, causing a localized increase in pH, which is important because that change in pH affects the equilibrium between ammonia gas and ammonium cations. The higher the pH goes, the higher ammonia volatilization losses we can experience. As the 50% urea fraction is hydrolyzed, the associated change in pH also places the 25% ammonium fraction at risk for loss. As a result, up to 75% of UAN's nitrogen composition becomes at risk. Surface-applied or shallow incorporated UAN is most at risk. Other risk factors for volatilization include warm air temperatures, high residue, elevated soil pH, and high soil moisture. It's also a common belief that the water content found in UAN is enough to prevent losses, when in fact the water content in UAN could be enough to be the catalyst for volatilization losses if not adequately incorporated. For example, if UAN is banded at a rate of 60 gallons per acre, this is the equivalent of 18 thousandths of an inch of rain. And if a grower were to broadcast 60 gallons per acre, the moisture content in UAN is equivalent to only 6 ten-thousandths of an inch of rain. So what does this mean for volatilization losses? These levels of moisture are simply not enough to incorporate UAN and eliminate the risk of volatilization losses. Research indicates that urea needs to be adequately incorporated by more than a half inch of rainfall or irrigation, or to a depth greater than 2 inches into the soil via mechanical incorporation. To help mitigate the risk of volatilization losses in UAN, a grower should consider the 4 R's of nutrient stewardship. Designing a nitrogen management program around the 4 R's can include the use of a urease inhibitor such as Anval nitrogen stabilizer, which is designed to protect against ammonia volatilization losses. Now let us dive into leaching and denitrification and break down why 100% of UAN's nitrogen composition is at risk to loss via these mechanisms. The loss risk via leaching and denitrification comes when ammonium goes through the nitrification process. In warmer temperatures, ammonium can nitrify in as little as 1 to 2 weeks and takes several weeks at cooler temperatures to nitrify. Because of the nitrification process, ammonium converts to nitrate. Nitrogen in the nitrate form is more prone to loss than the ammonium form because nitrate is very mobile in the soil. Soil particles are negatively charged and ammonium is positively charged. These opposites attract. Therefore, ammonium is held by the soil, making it immobile, compared to nitrogen in the nitrate form. Nitrate is negatively charged and repelled by the soil, making it more susceptible to loss. Nitrogen in the nitrate form can be lost to leaching when the soil becomes saturated. Gravity then takes water and dissolved nitrate downward through the soil profile, eventually moving the nitrate below the root zone, rendering it unavailable for crop uptake. Other factors that can contribute to losses via leaching include an extended period between nitrogen application and crop uptake, above average rainfall or large precipitation events, sandy textured soils with high infiltration or tile drainage. Finally, denitrification. Like leaching, 100% of UAN's composition is subject to denitrification. Denitrification occurs when soils become saturated, causing microorganisms to shift their metabolism and use nitrate instead of oxygen to respire when soil moisture levels are high enough to restrict oxygen availability. This leads to the formation of gaseous forms of nitrogen that are then lost to the atmosphere. Early season UAN applications made before the period of significant crop uptake are at a greater risk of denitrification losses. Since denitrification is a biological process, warm temperatures play a role in the level of loss. It should be noted that fine-textured soils with poor internal drainage create high-risk environments for denitrification losses. Many growers underestimate the potential loss magnitude of denitrification. Research has indicated that when soil temperatures are greater than 65 degrees Fahrenheit, up to 5% of soil nitrate nitrogen can be lost per day. Nitrification inhibitors, such as Censuro, slow the conversion of ammonium to nitrate, thereby reducing the risk of leaching and denitrification. We encourage growers to assess their risk for nitrogen loss. They should evaluate the environment of each field against the backdrop of nitrogen management tools from the 4R Nutrient Stewardship Toolbox to manage risk and minimize loss. In the next video, we'll walk through real-world research results for UAN treated with Anvol and Censuro nitrogen stabilizers and evaluate the potential positive return on investment when it comes to utilizing a nitrogen stabilizer with UAN applications.